Bryan Kohberger, Idaho student murders. It was a quiet Sunday morning in November 2022, when horror was discovered inside a college house in Moscow, Idaho. 4 university students brutally stabbed in their sleep. The killer vanished without a trace. But weeks later, the nation would learn a chilling truth. The man behind it all was studying criminal psychology. His name was Bryan Kohberger. And this is the terrifying story of the Idaho student murders. The victims were 4 friends attending the University of Idaho: 21-year-old Kaylee Goncalves, 21-year-old Madison Margan, 20-year-old Shanna Knodel, and her boyfriend, 20-year-old Ethan Chapin. They were found dead on November 13, 2022, in a shared rental house near campus. All had been stabbed multiple times. 2 other roommates were unharmed but heard noises during the night. Investigators described the scene as brutal. The killer entered the home quietly, likely through an unlocked sliding door. He struck while the victim slept. One roommate, Dylan Mortensen, later told police she heard crying and saw a masked man in black clothing walk past her and out the door. But she didn't understand what had happened until the next morning. For weeks, the town of Moscow lived in fear, with no suspects, no arrest, and no known motive. The case felt hopeless. Then came the breakthrough. A white Hyundai Elantra was spotted on surveillance footage near the crime scene. Police traced the car to Bryan Kohberger, a 28-year-old PhD student at Washington State University, just 10 miles away. His phone records showed strange activity, including turning off his phone the night of the murders. But the most damning evidence: a knife sheath left at the scene, next to one of the victims. It had DNA, and that DNA matched Kohberger. But who was he? Bryan Kohberger was studying criminology, the study of crime and criminal behavior. He had posted anonymous surveys online, asking criminals to describe their thoughts and feelings while committing crimes. Former classmates described him as cold, socially awkward, and intense. Some say he lacked empathy. Others say he was obsessed with understanding and controlling people. In December 2022, Kohberger was arrested at his parents' home in Pennsylvania. He was extradited to Idaho, where he was charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of burglary. He initially pleaded not guilty. The trial was delayed several times as his defense team challenged the evidence. But in July 2025, nearly 3 years after the murders, Bryan Kohberger changed his plea: guilty on all counts. In exchange, prosecutors dropped the death penalty. He was sentenced to 4 consecutive life sentences. No parole, no second chances. Families of the victims expressed heartbreak and relief. Kaylee's father said, "We can finally begin to heal." The case made national headlines. It raised tough questions about mental health, the ethics of studying criminals, and the terrifying reality that someone studying killers became 1.4 young lives were stolen by a man who believed he understood the criminal mind, a man who walked among us while planning their deaths. The Bryan Kohberger case is a story of irony, tragedy, and justice. It is a reminder that even the most educated minds can hide the darkest intentions. Thanks for watching. If you want more true crime stories like this, subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell icon. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.